Welcome to Episode Echoes. We're continuing our brief recaps of all the episodes of Silo Season 1, breaking down the key moments, twists, and of course, all those hidden clues you might have missed. Today we're reviewing Episode 9, The Getaway. As always, if you have not caught up to the events of this episode yet, you can watch my brief reviews of the events of the previous episodes using the link above. And because this review will be describing key plot points and events of this episode, a spoiler alert is in place.
Spoiler!
Before we start, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay in the loop when we release new videos. Episode 9 starts right where we left off, with Juliette's fall from the stairs, though she just lands on a pathway leading to another area of the silo. Sims assumes Paul Billings let her go and starts questioning him, which doesn't sit well with Bernard, who reprimands Sims for it. There's an interesting subplot with Paul and his partner Kat. Paul's struggling with an injury from losing his grip on Juliette, and Kat thinks he should admit to having the syndrome. But here's the problem. If Paul admits he lied to get the sheriff position, he could end up losing his job or worse, being sent to clean. So instead, he decides to try and catch Juliette to make things right. Sims sends raiders around to different levels looking for Juliette, including visiting Pete personally, who claims he knows nothing. Meanwhile, Juliette ends up hiding in the most obvious place, Sims's own apartment. She holds his partner at gunpoint, handcuffs her to the kitchen and starts going through the hard drive. While this is happening, Paul heads to Juliette's apartment, which the raiders are searching. He's told he has no clearance to enter, but waits until they leave and sneaks in anyway. That's where he finds the Amazing Adventures book hidden behind the bathroom cabinet. Whatever's in those pages seems to shake him up pretty badly. Paul burns the book he found, but keeps one page which he's holding when he heads back to the sheriff's office. About Paul Billings, putting that silo book in the oven while keeping one page from Juliette's book, plus not reporting anything to Judicial, suggests he might be starting to question things. With Season 2 dropping in only a few days, I can't wait to see how Paul's character evolves and how he responds to Juliette's imminent return from the outside. I think he's been one of the well-written characters in the show that have defied all expectations about him and carved his own path smartly. Bernard's keeping busy too. He questions Lucas about his connection to Juliette, gets a mysterious number, 18, out of him and locks him up. Back at Sim's apartment, Juliette manages to crack into the hard drive using the password library. Sim's partner, who apparently had a key to the handcuffs in her pocket the whole time, breaks free but ends up letting Juliette escape after warning her she'll be killed if she stays. The fact that she chose to let Juliette go is particularly interesting, though we don't know her reasons yet. It could not have been solely to protect her family, especially since she was in a strong position to turn her in. Juliette makes it to Patrick's apartment thanks to his help with the security cameras. Another IT tech helps by making it look like the drive is being accessed from a different level. That's where she finds George Wilkins' video confession. He transferred to mechanical, specifically to find someone to use as a guide, that's someone being Juliette, but didn't plan on falling in love with her. He mentions a 15-foot metal door she needs to find. Juliette then discovers the file called Jane Carmody Cleaning that shows footage from outside. The same cam footage we've seen on the display of both Allison Becker and Sheriff Becker when they were outside. Finally, the revelation in the previous episode that Sims was just another cog in the machine completely changes how I see his character now. I spent most of the show absolutely hating him, but seeing him in this new light tells a different story. Here was a guy from a humble background desperately trying to prove himself to someone with total power over him. Suddenly his over-the-top intensity and aggressive approach make a lot more sense. Not exactly likeable, but definitely more human. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to Episode Echoes for more TV and movie reviews. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts, so feel free to share your own take in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.